I thought I had to get my homeschool right in year 1. And yeah, now that I am planning year 10, I can tell you none of this looks like that. Everything has changed. And well, that's kind of the point. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, like I said, knocking on year 10 of homeschooling. We have an 8th grader and a 4th grader, and we have homeschooled their entire educational path. So what I want to talk today about is homeschool evolution and why it is a must in your homeschool. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. So, everything about our homeschool has changed. And it is hard when you recognize that you don't get it right. It's really, really hard. But I think we maybe need to shift the frame, because this is what I have done for myself and I think it is helpful. And I want to tell you that your homeschool needs to evolve. It is a living, breathing organism, and it is in constant change and flux. And that is because of a lot of reasons. I am not the same person I was this morning. I am not the same person I was when we started. I am not the same person I was when I started this channel. If you guys saw my recent, what we're planning to use for next year videos, I straight up had to stop the video and record over it, because from the time I filmed it, and I try to have a 2-week lead time just so I don't stress myself out. But from the time I filmed it to the time I edit it with the very next week, days, we're talking 5 days difference, I changed my mind. Because I am evolving, and it's so important. I'm a huge fan of evolution as character trait, because it's so important to recognize that with new experience comes new output, with new input comes new output, with what is happening to you and what is going on. You cannot possibly stay the same person. And if you do, I don't like that. I don't like the people who just stick to their guns just for the sake of it. I said a thing, so therefore I'm going to stick with it. And now that I recognize that, I could probably use a little more of that. But I don't appreciate people who, this is the way we've done it, and this is the way we will always do it. I don't love that. Even myself, you guys, if you've been here, you know I'm ooh, that girl, I don't know what she's gonna do, but that's crazy. Or she changed the curriculum 5 days apart, but of course she did. And we haven't even started yet, so who knows what it's gonna land on. It is so important to recognize that we are not failing, and we are not, changing. We are evolving. And if we think about it in that context, I'm a giraffe and I want to eat. I need my neck to get longer. I need this pivot to happen, or else I'm gonna starve. So it's almost it's not true, but sharks gotta keep swimming. You gotta keep swimming because you gotta keep moving, and you gotta keep moving, or else we turn stagnant and die. But I am here to tell you homeschool evolution is the point, the absolute point. Not just homeschool evolution, guys. This applies to every single little thing, but I'm just gonna stick it in the homeschool realm. But trust me, every single thing, if you are an enlightened individual, and I know you are because you found this channel, hey babe, I am telling you, evolution is crucial. And I don't care what path it takes you. If you tell me, Shauna, last year we homeschooled and it was glorious, and this year I said nope, and I threw in the towel, and I recognize what's best for everybody is to quit. I am a huge fan of quit. I love quitting. Why? Because it means you learned information and you recognize that you cannot stay where you were because it was not serving you. Quitting is such an underserved skill when it comes to every little aspect of life, especially homeschool. Just because you said you would, just because you stood up to the criticisms, and just because you spent money on what you were going to use, the ability to do all of that and then say, yep, I'm gonna quit. What a strong human you are. That is amazing. Not enough people exercise the quit. Just friggin' quit. If it's not serving you, if it's doing anybody damage, no, we're quitting. Why? Because that's the smart thing to do. I love the evolution that comes from just being a human, being a parent, being a child, but in the homeschool space especially. And it can be so hard to recognize when it's needed. Oh, it can be so hard to recognize that now you're a land animal and your tail needs to fall off. It is so hard to quit. You've invested, you put energy, and you're attached, but sometimes it's the best thing to do. And homeschool evolution, well, it will never stay the same. And we had this discussion recently, but you will find a thing, and it is the best thing for kid one. It is the best thing for language arts for kid one in second grade. It is the best thing that you have ever found. It works gloriously, and it even plants flowers in your front yard and dusts your baseboards. It is the best thing that has ever happened. And then you try to use the same thing for year 3, and it doesn't do it. It steals money out of your purse. And then you're like, okay, well, it was just good for year 2. And so kid 2 comes along. And for language arts, for kids 2, you start with the thing that was perfect for kid 1. And then it's worse and it steals your car. It is so hard to find a pearl in an oyster of this homeschool life that then stabs you in the back and forsakes you. It forsooks you. It can be so hard. So it is so important to recognize that the evolution is the point. Teaching your kids that you pivot, that you switch, that you keep it moving, that you recognize when things aren't best serving you and you move it along, that you are willing to evolve. The glorious thing about this learning in our home, and honestly what I think sets it apart from the traditional school model, I am not a teacher. I am not somebody who has come in and taught 3rd grade for 10 years. So I have a rhythm. I know what I'm doing. All my lesson plans have been done for 3 years. I am not somebody who's coming in formulaically and just doing, because I've got it now nailed down to, a system and almost choreographed to a song. I am constantly having to learn new things and stretch new ways, and you guys are glorious. You always tell me about fun, cool new things, and I love to learn about the new things. And so it's really exciting to be able to do that, to evolve, okay? And it is so awesome to be able to do that, especially in the learning environment and the education environment and with and alongside and for my children and learners. It is the entire point. We're going to set the example that evolution is good, that it is okay if what you did was great and then later it's not anymore, and you're gonna find the thing that's good. You're going to move in a direction that is going to best serve you because it is important to evolve. We are gonna use the tools we have. We are going to do whatever it takes to get where we want to go. And what that means is dropping things that didn't best serve us and picking up new things that serve us. Right now is fine. It might not serve us tomorrow, next year, second kid, the whole shebang. But we're going to evolve, and we're going to understand that a homeschool evolution is genuinely and honestly the point. That is why this tailor-made education for your learner is so good. We're not blanketing over all of the things every year, able to repeat because we've really honed in on 3rd grade and we figured out what makes it wonderful and special and perfect. Because we will not have the same 3rd grader twice. That 3rd grade year isn't going to happen in the same year twice, unless you got multiples, good for you. But we're going to evolve because it is so important to do. You're going to keep moving forward. You're going to grow your neck really long. You're going to be glorious, dominant, savanna-seeing giraffe who eats from the tops of the most luscious trees, because we recognize that evolution, especially in the homeschool and education space, is so, so good and so best serving to our learners, to get them the education that they need, to put the tools in the pocket that they'll need to carry forward, to make the whole wide world just a better place, and to honestly make everyday magic. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. While you're down there, drop in the comments and do this for me, okay? Let's frame this not as a pivot, not as a quit. Tell me how you evolved. Did you evolve? How was it? Or if that's not fun at all for you, or maybe just also drop me an emoji of your favorite like evolutionary question animal, because I think that would be fun. Okay, so yeah, guys, let's make every day magic. I will see you next time. And next time we're gonna start talking about big things coming up for us, evolving right into high school.